Welcome. Here I am with the full moon in Pisces broadcast here on Facebook to give you some information about what we do, what is the energy that we're going to experience in the next lunation. Before we start, I would like to invite you to go and visit our website, our new website, www.internationalinitiationschool.com. When you open the website, you will see it coming out in Italian, but if you click above, there is the English language, so you have the possibility to know everything we do and also read about the school in English language. So to see our seminars, our programs, our calendar. And then for those of you who should be interested, I would like to say that I do Skype consultation all over with people all over the world, and it's you can contact our school office, secretary@internationalinitiationschool.com, and book for a consultation everywhere you are, and easy to do. And then also, should you be willing to come and join one of our courses, we also have the possibility to have it translated into English. So soon I will also start to promote some classes in English language. I will be teaching them in English. So this is a new feature that we offer, and publicly, those of you who know me already, they know I already do it, but now it's really official. The school is getting bigger and bigger, and then this is a possibility that we also offer to foreign students, or those of you who are interested in knowing more about numbers, about astrology, esoteric astrology, because most of our subject the way esoteric subjects are not taught anywhere, in the sense that there are no books available in relation to that. So yeah, that's a new thing, and I'm very happy about the new website because it's really, really beautiful. And then also we will give later on the possibility to those of you who qualify at the International Institute School to be on our website worldwide. So good, this is a big change. And also, should you be willing to buy my CD, the CD that I did with Emiliano Toso about the music with the Hebrew letters, inside you also have a meditation in English. So the music is music, and also there is an English a meditation in English language. So should you be interested, you can also contact the school office, and we can ship it everywhere in the world. So very beautiful. So we start with this information about the next lunation we are going to experience. We're already in that energy, because I always say that we experience the energy of a lunation very strongly 4 days before the lunation, up to 4 days after that lunation, whether it's a full moon or a new moon. The next lunation will be on the 14th of September in European time, 2019. The energy and it will be in Pisces. Bear in mind that when we have full moon in Pisces, this means that the moon is in Pisces and the sun is in the opposite sign, complementary opposite sign, Virgo. So what this means is that the energy of these two star signs is combined, and they work together in order to fully manifest the transformation. Full moon especially are talking about harvesting, are talking about the results, culmination of something. Virgo is, in astrology, is associated to olive, while Pisces is associated to magenta. So olive is about a process of marination, is about bridging something, is about a turning point, and the magenta is about the putting the energy into the little thing, into the love, receiving the love from above. So that magenta is also the energy of very deep healing happening. And also Virgo is the star sign associated to healing and to service and to the daily life. So there is a big transformation, alchemical transformation, as I described, happening. According to the ancient teaching, the meaning of numbers in the Bible, 14 is related to salvation and deliverance. In esoteric numerology, it relates to, it's also called the power of the word, is also associated to the Kundalini energy, is associated to change. So it talks, is a 14-5. Every time we have a 5, we have a big transformation of the mind, and a big transformation, a change that we really going in another direction. Really, we can't stop. It's really happening, because 5 energetically is also Mercury number, is associated to Mercury. So Mercury travels, is a traveler, and goes here and there, everywhere. So the 14th letter of the Hebrew alphabet is the letter Nun. And then Nun means fish. And in the Jewish tradition, the Nun is also relates to the servant of God, the one who serves God. And in the Bible, we talk about, in the Jewish tradition, we talk about two kinds of servant. There is the faithful devotee, and then there is the righteous devotee. The righteous devotee stands upright, and the faithful devotee stands bended. And this is also related to the shape of the Nun. 14th is in the esoteric tarot associated to the tarot card Temperance. And this is, as you can see, the Nun. You see, it's really bent, okay, while the other form of the Nun is really upright. This means fish. What kind of devotee are we? Are we feeling ourselves as a victim, or do we feel victim of life, feeling constantly that God, life is punishing us, or we have faith in what is coming or what is to come, the world to come. So we trust everything that happens in our life, because we know that the hand of God is everywhere. And this is what this moon is all about. Salvation doesn't come from begging. Salvation comes from trust, the inner voice, and then trusting, listening to what the universe has to offer us. Change, Kundalini is about awakening, is the only way through which, awaken to the true self, we can really create a true change, a change that allows us not to be dominated by the energy of karma, dominated by survival issues, but to be fully an active energy, a co-creator in life, co-creating with God. And this is really known, fishes, is really the energy of this full moon, because Pisces, according to the ancient teaching, there are two Pisces, and then one is related to form, one is related to the material aspect of life, and it lives in servitude, the servitude to survival issues, and then the other one is the other fish is the soul, is the fish of is representing the Savior, is representing also symbolically Jesus Christ as a soul. So energetically, we have these two aspects within us, and they are connected together by a silver cord. So what it means that throughout our life, we constantly experience this inner call to be who we truly are, our soul, and also the resistance, being dominated by the survival aspect of life. And then the two energies go into the opposite direction most of the time. And actually this keeps us trapped, the personality trapped, our thinking, our emotional, physical trapped in that pattern of servitude to the issues of the mind, to the belief system of the mind, because the sentence also associated to Pisces is I believe. So we are very strongly dominated by what is in our mind, and is transcending the mind, transcending the idea that we can control our life. I'm thinking about in Orosoma, this Pisces is associated to the tarot card, the moon. And the tarot card, the moon, is about anguish. The tarot card, the moon, is about digesting the past, digesting what we were told, and being constantly in the tarot card of the moon. We have two towers, so being trapped by the two moons, not knowing what to do. So conceptually, it's a time of change. And 9, which is the day, the month we are in, is asking us to internalize, to go through a process of internalization in order to, 14, 5 and 9 is a 59, to have a new revelation, because 59 is also the residence of the spiritual man. So is about a judgment, is about a turning point, because Pisces is also the last sign of the Zodiac. So it's a turning point, and also 5 in numerology is a turn, in esoteric numerology, is a turning point. So 59 is in numerology, the soul highlights the plan, and the mind delivers the message from spirit. The 590 chapter of the Bible, that we don't have a 590 chapter of the Bible, which is actually the 112th Psalm, it says the mind of man is illumined by the soul, and it is I want to read the Psalm which says, praise the Lord, blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who finds great delight in his commands. So what it means is, blessed is the man who listens to the inner voice coming from the Lord, the inner voice within, which is actually what we are asked to do, because this is the only thing that can save us. And he says, he will have no fear of bad news. His heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. His heart is secure. He will have no fear. And in the end, he will look in triumph on his foes. So the weak man will see and be vexed. He will gnash his teeth and waste away. The longings of the weak will come to nothing. So what this means is that if we stay in a survival issues, our desire will go into nothing. While if we trust the voice of the Lord, the voice within, the inner voice, the new will be coming. Because also known is associated to 50, is the value in the Hebrew language is 50. So it's about the descendant of the Holy Spirit, and it's also about change, everything change. The total addition of the day is 35, 8, which is vindication, which is about being freed. It's about hope and trust and being freed from everything that stops us from being judged. The judgment comes only from our sense of being unfaithful to ourselves, is the inner voice. The interesting thing I've been mentioning many times in my last videos, that the addition of 14 and 9, the day and the month, is a 23. 23 has come out many times in the lunation that we have experienced throughout the year. And then the 23 in Orosoma relates to the bottle Love and Light. And the 23rd angel in the Orosoma bottles is actually bottle 59. Excuse me. Bless. So the point is, which is Lady Nada, and then these two bottles, they share the same affirmation, which is I love myself the way I am. To have the courage to accept the inner sound. Lady Nada is about the inner sound, the inner voice, who we truly are, so that we can really be and manifest the lion, because 23 is also Archangel Ariel, which is about really clearing our vision of the true vision of life through God's revelation, and which is the lion of God. So trusting the inner lion, the lion which is the voice of God within, the God's call, because Leo is about the call of God. So Pisces, as I mentioned, is about the fusion, talks about the separation and also the fusion, the blending of the soul and the form, producing the manifestation of the true self. And then so it's about leaving behind the sense of bondage, of captivity, or sense of renunciation, or sacrifice, or sense of dying, in order to be truly who we are. Is about transforming the servitude to the survival issue in service to our soul, because the time has come to live in a new way and to face the truth of who we truly are, because karma is the limitation. Esoteric numerology is the limitation of where we are, and we are limited by our own belief. The rulers of Pisces are Neptune, Pluto, and Pluto. Neptune is also the ruler of Cancer, esoterically, and Pluto is also the ruler of Scorpio, esoterically. So this full moon at 21 degrees will be conjunct Neptune. So there will be a sense of needing to surrender to something higher and leaving behind the self-deception, the illusion of being a victim and then a slave to the material world, in order to go deeper, going into understand, because 21 is about the degree of the moon, is about I am, is about the quality of renewal, is about being mature, being responsible to ourselves, and is also the end of distress. So it's a big time of change and growth, and then this distress, because God's hand is really open to us. God is offering us our hand, and we need to build a new house, a new body, and the new house, we can build the house really from within. This is also the importance of the CD about the vibration of the Hebrew letters, because this by the 432 hertz music is the music of the cell, but with Emiliano Toso we really did a CD with the vibration of the Hebrew letter, so that, and the Hebrew letter have a shape similar to the 22 amino acid of the DNA. So the amino acid create our protein, and then so when we activate the 22 amino acid, we create a light body. And also each of us in the we have 4 angels of incarnation, the 17th name of God, and then these 4 angels are there to help us build our body of light by creating the proteins, the true proteins that need support our being, because also every amino acid is specific for a specific quality that is produced within substance that is produced, enzyme and produced within. So it's what I do explain that when I teach the Hebrew letters, when I explain that what the Hebrew letters can do to us by activating, creating an earth body, a body of light, because the DNA responds scientifically, responds to sound, and so by listening to the sound, we can transform ourselves from within. So what is very important is, as I said, Neptune will help us dissolve and surrender to something higher within us. And Pluto is an energy of purging, is really asking, an energy that asks us to meet our old self. Karma works in this way in order to understand exactly what we are, what the effect of our belief system creates in the world. Practically, in time, we find ourselves in front of what we have created. We thought we want something, we work for it, we have created it, and this is what, at the end, we find ourselves in front of what we have created. And when we have it in front of us, was it truly what we wanted? Is it truly what we want? So we then realize who we truly are. This is why I do this course, Know Thyself and the Change, because we really don't know ourselves deeply. We don't know who we truly are. And Pluto in Capricorn with conjunct the South Node and Saturn has the purpose of showing us the old self, showing us our past desire, what we have karmically created, so that we know exactly what we have to let go of. So everything is dissolving in the moment that we say yes to ourselves, we say yes to who we truly are. The Sabian symbol of this nation is a prophet carrying tablets of the new law, is walking down the slopes of Mount Sinai. So this means that we need to bring down into matter what we have created, what we have understood, we have realized. And the symbol of the sun, because the sun is in Virgo, is a royal coat of arms enriched with precious stones. So it means that, talks about nobility. We need to assume the responsibility, become responsible of a royal office, assume a royal office, which is our mission and purpose in this life. We have come here, it's time to grow. There is a huge energy pushing us towards growth, pushing us towards the energy. And there is the sun and the moon will be conjunct, as I said, Neptune and Lilith, the black moon. Lilith is about creating an inner struggle where we really need to surrender to this energy. And on the other side, we have the sun, we have Mars, we have Juno, we have Vulcan, we have Mercury and Venus at 29 degrees. So what does it mean? This is a stellium. A stellium is a combination. It's like all these planets are holding hands. And then the sun is asking, do you take the responsibility? So Mars is pushing us to listen to this inner guidance, pushing us in that direction. And then Vulcan is really pushing out what we have repressed in the subconscious mind, what we really could see is within, lying, coming up from Pluto. Now, Pluto is the god of the underworld, so pushing it out to reveal the true potential. Juno is about really a self-transcending activity of the mind. Is asking us we will go through a sort of a true understanding of ourselves beyond duality. So there will be a deep realization happening. And Venus and Mercury, they work on the conquest of, talk about the conquest of illusion. We will work to focus ourselves on a total, we will become completely focused on a goal, which is about nothing will distract us from going beyond ourselves. So we are standing at the gate with a calm mind, because Hecate, the goddess of a crossroads, is asking us to watch what happens, to have a quiet mind. Pallas Athena in Scorpio is helping us listening, being open to a higher inspiration. And then this energy, I show you, the energy of the sun and the moon is in a T-square with Jupiter. Jupiter is conjunct the great attractor, so a lot of energy coming through, downloading of energy, dissolving energy, bending energy. And Jupiter is about, which conjunct the head and the heart, is about really going through the process of the rebirth. Jupiter is about expansion, it's breaking the energy to go into a new rebirth, through a process of rebirth. And then Jupiter is also conjunct the royal star Antares. Antares is related to Archangel Uriel, and Uriel, for those of you who use regularly use or Soma products, you can also use Archangel Uriel or the air conditioner to help. The Uriel dissolves the thoughts, dissolve the belief system, so that our way of thinking can get closer, dissolving, higher to God. Uriel means the fire of God. So that, and then Ceres next to that is forcing the growth. Really, there is a sort of letting go of the non-essential, aligning the inner and the outer, and then realizing that we depend on something higher, on the voice that comes from within. The heart is the receptor of the higher voice, and is a time the goddess Vesta, the asteroid in Taurus, is telling us it's time for a rebirth, re-begin, rise your consciousness above your biological limitation, self-transcending, new direction. So it's a really, really big time. And I wrote two quotes from Rumi about that. It will be a big building up of an energy for a transformation, because Virgo is about rules the belly, the nervous system, the digestive system. So is about remaining, staying at the center, stay center, and so that we can really reorient ourselves from within, not by looking on the outside. The outside is dissolving, so the only guidance we can have is from within. So the two quotes from Rumi are this, that I would like you to offer to you as a sort of a reminder of an energy. Wherever you are, whatever you do, be in love. Be in love with who you truly are within. Love beyond. And then the other one is, we carry inside the wonders we seek outside us. So don't look outside. Don't look for appreciation on the outside. God is appreciating you, and life has given us this body to fulfill a mission, a purpose, a specific purpose in this life. Are you ready to take on the responsibility of that royal mission? So this is a big time, and it's the question that we really need to ask for us, because there will be a strong energy for us to communicate and express what we truly feel. So wishing you a beautiful, lovely moon. Remember, if you want, we have also a YouTube channel, International Church School. We also have a Facebook page, International Church School, and you can click it. And if you go also on our website, you can subscribe to our mailing list and receive all the information about what we do here in Italy and in the world. So thank you very much, and wishing you all the best, and God bless. Bye bye.